Hello, back on track with the dream today. It's one of those that I looked at the back catalogue of stuff that I've done on this episode. It was like, oh crap, You know, I've just got a little bit carried away and done tons of stuff. So we got lots to talk about today. The song's moved on far more than I thought it had since I last spoke to you. Anyway, let's play it and then we'll come back and talk about all this stuff. So, where to start? This thing that's called Attack Shimmer, which is an Omnisphere sound. It was a stock plugin that I started with, but I've actually done quite a lot of twiddling on it. Gorgeous sound. The more I play with Omnisphere, the more I start to wonder why other synths exist. It's really amazing. So we've got this very long, non-repeating melody line. So I think this is going to be where the vocals sit. I actually think this is going to be the vocal line, and I'm tempted to leave that sound in the background as a kind of doubling of the vocal. We'll see how that goes. I recorded the melody within the constraints of Pauline's vocal range, so I made sure that it was capable of being a vocal line, and I like it, and I think it's going to work quite well. The guitar line, the original guitar line that I had, has now been completely re-recorded. You can see I've got everything twice and just hard panned left and right. It'll probably stay that way, although I need to just do a little bit more work on ensuring that I don't have phase issues. I've not tried it mono and see whether or not any of that stuff is phasing, and that's something that I've always kind of ignored in the past, and I know I need to be better at. If I record two more or less identical guitar parts, well, they're attempted. I try to play them as identically as possible, knowing there's going to be a slight discrepancy between them. But they are pretty close. At some point you need to really kind of zoom in and see, at the beginning of each phrase, whether or not you've got any issues, or I might just do it by ear for each segment, just move them a few ticks forwards and backwards and see if I get a better sound, particularly with the really stabby stuff over here. It could very well be that moving one of those forwards or backwards by a single tick might make a big difference, and that's the kind of stuff I never even check and really should. Then we've got the crazy solo. If I take all of the effects off, the raw channel sound coming out of the Fender is gorgeous all on its own. This Q3 is literally just a high pass. It's not doing anything spectacular. Quite a brutal high pass actually. Might have cut a bit too much off there. Something to come back and have a look at. So that's just the Fender Twins overdrive channel. Which I've then added lashings of phaser. Sadly, I can't really use my PH1. I can and have in songs in the past, but it's noisy as hell. I mean, really, 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 really noisy. And I don't currently have a guitar pedal board set up in the chain. I just got pissed off with it being too noisy and causing me too much trouble. And when I took it out and just relied on the Fender to pull its own weight, and it's magnificent at that, pretty much around the time I bought the aux, when I realised that Fender Twin plus UA aux equals 2 thumbs up, and then I can let Guitar Rig do most of the work. But I really, really love phasers. It's my favourite effect, and I've got this gorgeous vintage Japanese Boss phaser that nothing else quite does the job. But this is pretty good. The Guitar Rig is actually I have got a bit carried away. Oh, by the way, top present. Isn't my wife awesome? Don't know which way I'm supposed to turn, but yeah. She bought me a new t-shirt yesterday, so I made up with that. The green bits are, it says up here, Phrygian or Phrygian dominant. When I played the solo, I wrapped it around those 16 bar, whatever it is, 24 bar solo. I wrapped it around it, just pressed cycle and played over multiple sessions actually. I recorded it over several sessions, just loads and loads of loops, and picked out the best phrases. You can see the phrases I've selected. In fact, this line above is the phrases as they were actually played. And the yellow bits are Phrygian and the green bits are Phrygian dominant. So I just played in 2 different scales over the entire 24 bars and then chopped and changed so that at least I know I've painted them green visually so that if I want to put chords behind them or anything, it's not too difficult for my brain to keep up with, what supporting notes will go well underneath. But anyway, that's what it is. And then once I'd recorded the thing, the original solo is this version, which is pretty ropey. See, some of them are just a couple of notes. That little 2-note phrase there stayed. So once I'd got the solo how I wanted it to be, then I re-recorded it in more kind of fluid phrases. So I picked out sections of it and thought, yeah, I'll play that as one continuous phrase. These single synth notes underneath are just another instance of attack shimmer. It's just a MIDI track hanging off attack shimmer, just providing a little bit of it's kind of semi-bloff. It's not really a full bloff, but it sounds really nice and fits really, really well in the song. And then obviously the drums, I've tidied them up a little bit, got them really to my liking. I like the drums a lot on this track. Really simple, but kind of punchy. So big leap forward from the last one. It's, a real song now. That's the structure that will stay. And it's about time I got to work on the lyrics. I really need to catch up with the vocals and get them sat in the song. And then I'll really understand where the instruments sit and, what role each of them play. So anyway, there you go. Episode 3 done. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do hit the like button. It helps me out a lot with YouTube. And have a look at the links below for Patreon if you want to support me. Thanks very much. See you later.